Hey, everybody. Oh, there are people here. Okay, I thought everybody left. How's it going? So it's Sunday night hockey talk, I guess you want to say. Hey, Frodo, NHL hockey news. How's it going? Sorry about yesterday, everybody. I had a scare with the family dog, not my dog, Ray. It's our family dog when I was married. She's 13 years old, so she had some kind of a health incident yesterday. And but she was getting better already when I got over there. So, and she's doing really well now. So we're going to have her checked out on Tuesday. It's a holiday weekend. Couldn't really find anywhere to bring her. So, yeah, so that's how it went. So, how's it going? I guess it's a weird night, so nobody's in. Nobody noticed my live stream. I just figured I'd come out and do a live stream and just let everybody know I was okay. Excuse me, I just ate supper. Sorry, I always do that before a live stream. And yeah, so everything's okay. Mete has the same agent as Domi. Yes. Well, you should say Domi has the same agent as Mete now. Yeah, I don't think it's boding well for Domi here with that. You know, the fact that he changed to this particular guy after having an agent that you'd think would be beneficial to him for negotiating. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Ah, you're at camp and you're getting a Wi-Fi signal. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that you're here. Jackson, no problem. I'm probably not going to be on my normal amount of time. Do an hour and see how it goes. And yeah, but thanks. I appreciate you came by. Which team package should the Canadians get? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by team package? I don't get that part. Sorry. Anyway, so as I was saying about Domi, I think the fact that he changed to this particular guy doesn't bode well for him staying here. I can't see good negotiations, although apparently the agent released, or the team released, that they've already spoken, and they're stressing that, and I think it's his agent is stressing that Domi did not ask for a trade. So he has not asked for a trade. If anybody's wondering, that's hasn't happened. But by hiring this agent, I wonder if he's not like signaling something. That's why I did the video. It just doesn't seem right. That it doesn't make sense that he would switch to this guy. When his agent was a friend of Mark Bergevin, you figure maybe that makes for a good, like an easier negotiation. It'll be a good deal for both sides. Jeff saying, I think Ty is fucking things up for his son. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Maybe you've heard something. I haven't. I only know that I saw an interview, and it's from like a couple of days ago with Ty on somebody's channel. I don't know if it's Spittin' Chicklets or something like that. I didn't watch it. I just saw the video pop up. So maybe he said so. I don't know. It's weird. Or do you think Ty suggested him doing this? I don't know. It doesn't, with the way Domi's talked about how he's happy to be here, he loves being here, blah, 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 all is being pumped up about being a Canadian. It doesn't make sense to go and hire this agent. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I was, I think with everything that's being said and the fact that there's really not a spot here for him if he doesn't play the wing, I don't see how he stays. So if you consider that, yeah, I just don't get it. By the way, I should say to everybody, just in case the stream goes out again, I'm on my wonky computer. Okay, I'll tell you the story why before I get back to your stuff. So I brought my laptop to my son, see if we can fix the problem with recording. It won't record video anymore for some reason. It just did an update, and then it wouldn't do that. So it's been about a month. He wasn't able to do anything. It just won't update and allow to record. I have a hard drive on it. It's no problem to record. It won't do it. Anyway, so I haven't used it till just now. I'm trying to get it to work, and my camera is running so laggy it's impossible to use. The computer all of a sudden is not working very well, so I can't use it. So the good news for the wonky computer is we figured out I have an SSD drive for it holds the the operating system. Pretty much that's all that's on that drive, and that drive is not doing very well. So I've got a new one that I just came in the other day. We ordered, and I just have to install it, reinstall the operating system, and I'll be fine. So hopefully that computer all its problems will be done. I think the reason it's been shutting down and doing some of the weird things it does is because of that hard drive's not working properly. So that's why I got a new one. So hopefully, I'm hoping I'll do that tomorrow. I'm a little trepidatious because my computer's not working very well. I don't have a backup, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But in the next few days, I'm going to fix it. So, do we have a shot at Hall? Do we want a shot at Hall? I don't really, my thoughts on Taylor Hall haven't changed from when we were talking about it the first time when he before he got traded to Coyotes. I don't want Taylor Hall. I think Taylor Hall's a little overrated, and he's going to come in at way too much money, way too much term, and I don't really want them to have a shot at Hall, honestly. Your most popular video is the live stream of Habs Leafs when hockey came back. Yeah, I know, but it's the funny part about that is I would have to say probably at least 4,500 views from that are from people who thought I was actually showing the game. So, yeah, most people came in literally for, I think, like 10, 11 seconds was the average. So it really screwed up my channel's average for a little while for duration. Excuse me about that. So, yeah, it's got the most views, but they're useless views. But, yeah, it is what it is. Hall basically has his peak with his Hart Trophy season. That's it. I think so. I think that's I think is going to be his career high. And I think Hall is basically like around 55 points, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on the year. I think that's who Hall is. And I don't think that's $9.5 million player. Kind of like Matt Duchene last year, Same thing. And it proved out in that Duchene did not have a 70-point season. He had his normal somewhere in the 50s, didn't he? Or he would have – no, I think he was even worse than that. He had a bad season. So, yeah, I would be very, very, very wary about signing Taylor Hall to anything, look, if he'd come in at, I'd give him $5 million and say that's 5.5. I don't know. I'd want to go more than that on Taylor Hall, and for like 3-4 years, and I don't think he'll sign here. And anything that you hear, in my opinion, anything that you hear about Taylor Hall wanting to come here, Darren Drager came out with stuff about it'd be the kind of team he'd like to play for, and blah blah blah. They're going to use Montreal to get himself a better contract somewhere else or whatever. I think that's all they're going to do is use Montreal. I don't think he wants to come here. I don't see why he would want to come here, and I don't want him here. Point your feet out. You should do a raid over to Hot Take Hockey. You may get a few subs from it. What do you mean by a raid? Like going over there, and I do that every now and then. I go into his live streams and say hi and do stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, John actually helped me get to when I got to 1,000. John was a big help on that last 50 subs to do that. I'm doing okay. I hit 1,250. It was a goal of mine. Yesterday, or I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday I hit 1,250. So that was a goal. Next goal is 1,500. I don't make a video about it because I don't think at the numbers I'm at that's anything special. I'm appreciative of everybody, that's for sure. Every one of the subscribers, but I don't feel like crowing over. Oh well, I got to 1,250 or whatever, So I don't do that. When it's like a substantial amount, I'm maybe at 1,500, at 2,000 for sure. Like that, but I don't know. So, but going over and rating from him, I've done it a couple of times. I don't really get anything from it. But I did the first bunch of times, and he's helped me out a lot. So John's a friend to the channel. Hot Take Hockey is definitely a friend to the channel. NHL, he liked my mock draft. Funny thing about that is I thought it would do a lot better. It's of all my videos lately, it's doing. I don't know if it's the worst, but it's not nearly the best. That's for sure. Like my last 10 videos before this one, I had three at over 1,000. Well, one at 2,000 or just under. Three total of over 1,000. Two at over 900, one it's almost at 900, one over 7. Like the numbers have been pretty good for me lately. They're not big numbers by any means for any channel, but considering how many subscribers I have to how many views I'm getting, it's been better, So I thought that one would do better. It's a mock draft. It's usually, so I don't know if it's just the timing of it or whatever, but I was really having trouble deciding trying to come up with a subject for today's video, and I don't know. I just thought of the mock draft. We're getting close to the draft. The draft's like a month away, maybe a little less. And so it was time. So I did that. Hey Ryan, how's it going? I'm doing okay. Had a scare with my not my dog Ray, but the family dog Storm. Had a scare yesterday. So we'll see. Hopefully everything. She's 13, so you never know, but hopefully everything will be okay. Let me see where it was. Out of any player I want during the off season is Line. Yeah, personally, I'm gonna say don't count on Patrick Line because considering what we're gonna have to give up to get Line, I think that causes more problems than it solves. You might fill a hole if you create two others. Depending on the other moves around it, but I think the asking price for Line is way too high. And but I can see Nicholas Ehlers. I can see that. Maybe that's a place where Domi's going to end up in Winnipeg. I could see that happening. So we'll see. Jeff is saying, I don't care what moves we make as long as it brings in a goal scorer. I just don't think it's going to be Line. I just think it's going to be too high a price, like a really high price. I doubt it's going to be worth it. That's my opinion. Plus, the guy's got only 1 year left on his contract, so can you re-sign him or not? You don't know. He's going to be asking for a lot, and apparently, Line is almost insisting. I don't know if he can do that, but he's insisting on wanting to play with the best forwards and the best defensive pair as often as possible. I don't know if you throw out 5 guys every time Line comes out, but that's what I heard anyway. I don't know how true that is, but it's similar to what we were hearing last season. So who do you think has more potential, Struble or Norlinder, as what we know now? I don't know a ton about Struble. I don't. I really think Norlinder is going to be a good one. So I'm going to say kind of, it's still early to tell for sure because they're both young and it's potential, and you don't know who's actually going to hit or not. But I really like Norlinder. I think Norlinder is going to be a pretty good player. So I'm going to vote Norlinder on that, but I could be wrong, obviously. Who's my favorite to win the Cup this year, and do you like the Jake Allen trade? Well, I'm going to go with the Lightning only because I think it's like, they got knocked out in that first round last year, 4-game sweep to Columbus. It's kind of like a revenge year, so I kind of think the other teams that I had were Washington and Colorado. They're both out, so I'm going to go with Lightning. Do I like the Jake Allen trade? Sure do. I think it's he makes a little more than I would have liked, but it's a 1-year contract, and it's a year that Montreal can afford it. So it's not a problem. So I like that. If they're going to re-sign him, he won't be making the same kind of money, so I don't think that's going to be a problem if they choose to re-sign him for a year or two if Primo's not ready. I think they re-sign him anyway because they need to expose a goalie to the Seattle expansion draft, and unless it's somebody else or they hang on to Lindgren for that, if he qualifies, because I'm not sure about whether he'll qualify or not. So I see them signing him again and having him here till Primo's ready. So I like it a lot. I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered for Carey Price for next year. I think he plays somewhere around 30 games and gives Price a good rest, and then we'll see where we go from there. So, yeah. Jeff says, I don't think Line gets traded. That, too. I mean, why would they trade Line? I realize what they're trying to do, and they want to get a second-line center, but really, dealing Ehlers to Montreal for Domi would solve that problem. You get their second-line center that they want. We get Ehlers. They still keep Line. Again, his price is going to be so high, I don't see who's going to take him anyway. So if you look at it like that, So if we re-sign Domi, where does he fit? That's the thing. I'm really starting to sorry, I shouldn't look at another comment while I'm answering one. I don't think they re-sign him. I think it's a trade. I just the more it just looks more and more like it's going to be Domi's going to get traded. I don't know where he'd fit. He'd have to play the wing. If he's okay to play the wing, that's a different story, but I don't know. I don't know if he wants to. And if they see him as a winger, apparently they don't. So did we lose Rick? No. Are you guys serious? No, there's guys talking to me still. Jeff, it's your Wi-Fi. You had me worried there because I don't have any problems here. The only way you're going to really lose me is if my computer crashes out. Did you know Nick Leddy was minus 33 in 2017-18, and then Trotz comes in and next season makes him a plus and makes the team defense the best. Well, Barry Trotz is a really good coach, so it doesn't really surprise me. And it won't surprise me if Islanders beat Lightning. I just don't think it'll happen. But I mean, Trotz is like, he's you got to take him into account whenever you're thinking about how the Islanders are doing or what they will do. George, how's it going, buddy? Thank you very much for that for Storm. She's doing well today. When I got there, she was already almost fully better. It was like apparently night and day from when I got the call that, it looks like the end. And then when I got there, but she's 13, she had something happen. But, the only place open was the emergency place, which is like we didn't have the money for that. So Tuesday she'll go when that's her open again because of the holiday. Domi on the wing, not center. We have Suzuki, KK, and Dano, so definitely not fourth line. No, well, this is the problem. So where does he play? He either plays the wing or they have to move him. I don't see why they would re-sign him and go through all that if he's not going to play the wing. You got to move him. Let the other team sign him, I guess, unless they insist on a sign and trade because they don't want to deal with his new agent. I could see that, but yeah. Hey Jeff, no problem, but I'm sure it's your wonky Wi-Fi out at the camp. I would think. Jack, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. We're doing an odd Sunday live stream because I had a I'll just say that I was married. My ex-wife still has a German Shepherd that we had while we were married. And so she's 13 now, and she had something happened yesterday, but she was feeling a lot better by the time I got there. And so it didn't end up the way I thought. I just didn't want to take a chance and then having to rush back home and blah, blah, blah. So I canceled because I didn't want to take a chance. I didn't know what was going on and all that. So, and you're not that late. 20 minutes in, that's not too late. Don't worry about it. I started at 9:25, so it was late. So don't worry about it. I didn't really decide. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the live stream today or not. Blah, blah, blah. Made a late decision, and so I put it at 9:25 because it's Labor Day tomorrow. So I figured it's like Saturday anyway. So I figured it was okay. How many games should Allen play next season? Well, you got to figure right. Somewhere around 30. 30 is a good target for him. 27 to 30. I figure Price is going to play 50 to 55 games would be like optimum if you really want him to be rested and, doing ready for the playoffs. So I see him, 27 to 32 games. That's what I'll say. I think we have to keep Domi as insurance just in case KK or Suzuki fail next year. Young players are unpredictable. I don't disagree with that, actually, Jeff. I just don't see, how do you sign him? What do you sign him to? And where does he play in the case that they don't fail? This is the problem. Where does he play? He doesn't want to play the wing. And when he plays there, he's not happy there and he doesn't do very much. So I don't understand, I don't see where. Anyway, I don't know. I guess they'll work it out. I don't know. I think, though, if there's a good deal out there that improves your team, I think you kind of got to go for it, don't you think? I don't know. Well, it's a good point, though, that you make. Nobody is really talking about that you need to keep him around just in case, KK. I don't really see Suzuki failing. I really don't. I kind of almost going to say it's almost going to be like a third season for these guys. Well, for Suzuki. They had that break. We had this playoffs. They're having another break. And they're going to start the next season. It's almost like maybe he'll bypass the sophomore jinx and he won't have to face that. I'm hoping. And KK, well, I expect KK actually to be, it'll be his third. It'll be him too. It'll be his third season, but it'll kind of also be like a fourth start, right? So we'll see. But it's a good point. I think that is a really good point. What is my favorite non-Habs prospect? Ooh. I don't even, that's just too off the wall tonight for me. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't even think of, because you're talking prospect. Wow. Honestly, I'm blanking, so I apologize. I should be able to come up with somebody, but I'm not. So sorry, like I said. Do I like the NFL? I'm not a huge football guy, but if I watch football, it would be the NFL. I was for about 5 years. I was playing football pools and stuff like that. So, but it's been a while now. It's got to be a good 10 years. I haven't been doing that. So, I'm okay about the NFL, but I'm not really into football much. Ian, I love Domi, but he has to go if we get a good deal. Yeah, I guess it's a difficult call. It's a really difficult call. Jeff, I get what you're saying too. Domi has no leverage. I get that. The thing is, if you make him play the wing and he plays like crap because he's not happy there, what's the use? This is what I'm saying. But I really think you do make a good point that I don't think a lot of us are thinking about when we think about Domi, like trading him and all that. So that's why Bergevin gets the big bucks and it's his decision to make. But I guess he could stay. He could stay. Potkolzit, okay, and Hoglander. Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking along the lines of those guys, but I don't really, I don't follow enough. I follow the other teams as much as I kind of can to be keeping up on all their prospects. It's a little hard for me right now. Hey, Morgan, how's it going, buddy? Taylor Hall or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? I'd rather have Nugent-Hopkins without a doubt. Definitely. I just think Taylor Hall is he's overrated, and he's going to ask for way too much money, and definitely going to want 7 years. I can't see him not wanting 7 years, so I don't know. I would take Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe there'll be a deal there somehow to get him. There's been how many rumors over the last 2, 3, 4 years about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in Montreal, so. On my mock draft today, I had Drysdale going fourth to the Wings, and the Wings have so many options. Rossi, Drysdale, Holtz, Raymond, Perfetti. Well, I gave my reasoning. I think up front they're doing pretty good. You got Mantha, you got Larkin, a couple other guys I'm not thinking of. They're doing okay. I think on defense and goaltending needs to be addressed. I kind of think that Yzerman is looking not immediately for next year. He's looking long term. Long term, Drysdale is your number one defenseman going forward, I think. So he's got a shot to get one of those. He needs one. I think that's where he goes. I could be wrong, obviously. I think they should sign Domi for $3 to $4 million for 1 year. Yeah, the thing is, Jack, I don't think Domi's agent is the kind of guy that signs that type of a deal for his client. I don't see it. This is what's complicated. I think it's going to complicate it a lot. Is the agent? He's not the kind of guy that's going to give you that kind of a deal. Not the kind of guy who's going to say, okay, we'll do this for 1 year and we'll try to get more than. I don't think he signs that type of a deal. It just doesn't seem like that to me. Who is the most disappointing player this 2019-20? Bobrovsky, Skinner. Oh, Bobrovsky's right up there. You got to say he like we expected that would really solve Florida's problems and nets, and it didn't. Skinner, I guess. I think if you look at his record by year, I don't know if it was out of line to think he wouldn't have another 40-goal season right away, if at all. So, but Bobrovsky kind of really surprised me how bad his season was. Domi plays like shit. He only hurts himself. He bitches about being on the wing. He really hurts himself as a bad team guy. And surprisingly so. I would not have thought of that for Domi. With all his rah-rah, Montreal's great. I tell everybody you got to come here and all that stuff. And then he doesn't want to play the wing when that's where he should be playing. He brings in a guy like Ferris to negotiate his contract. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. So maybe Jeff's right about his father getting involved here. I don't get it. It's a surprise, but I think it's going to get him shipped out of town. Owen York, Seider will be Detroit's number 1D. I forgot about him, actually. You're right. Well, then here you go. You get Seider, you get Drysdale. You're pretty set on defense. Well, you're pretty set at the 1 and 2 for the next little while. I forgot about Moritz Seider, that he was there. So yeah, I can see that he might do that 2 years in a row. And then again, having forgotten that he had drafted Seider the year before, maybe he'll go for a forward, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think he goes for Askarov, though. I really don't. Although I think they could really use a guy like Askarov. That he can play 1 year behind, who's it there? Bernier. And then, it's a possibility a guy like Askarov could be your number one goalie going forward from there. It's possible. But I don't know. We'll see. But I forgot about Moritz Seider that they had drafted him last year. Has to be Bob. What has to be Bob? Now I'm off. Sorry, didn't get that. Bobrovsky you're talking about? Oh, for the disappointing, yeah. He's got to be right up there, that's for sure. Which player from the last 10 years as a Habs would you want on the team? Oh, jeez. Oh, you mean somebody I'd want to come back? I can't say there's anybody that. Oh, there's got to be somebody I was unhappy with going. I can't think of anybody that was traded away that I'm unhappy and that I want to back that badly. So, going back 10 years now. No, I mean, if you're trying to get me to say Subban, I would like the Subban that was here, but I don't want the Subban that is right now. So I don't know. You're asking me some difficult ones tonight. No way they choose Askarov. No, I don't. I can't see them doing that. That's why I didn't put Askarov in. Yeah, I have a feeling, if anything, I was wrong about Drysdale, and maybe they're going to go for a forward. What does Caden Primo think of the Jake Allen deal? I don't actually know. I haven't heard anything about that. I would think he's okay with that. I don't think Jake Allen would make him worried about his future here in Montreal. I can't see that. Don't forget, Jake Allen's 30 years old. He's not. It's not like he's a young goalie. So no, Primo. I think he'd be happy that they got somebody good for price for the backup until he gets there. And that's how I would think he would be thinking. I hope Kovalchuk comes back. Sorry for the spelling; it's bad with that name. I'm wondering if it's looking less and less like Kovalchuk might come back. I don't know. He didn't really do much in Washington, so I don't know if that means anything or not. But I guess it's a possibility he will be back. But I don't know. I'm not as positive about it as I was, like, before the return to play. Anyway, NHL. Sergachev. Oh yeah, well there's a good one, Morgan. Thank you. That would be, you're right. Sergachev would be the answer to that question. Thanks, Morgan. Saved me there. 30 is young. Well, yeah, but okay. But the point being, 30 is, he's not going to be the guy that's going to take over from Carey Price and be the starter. Primo doesn't really have much to worry about. That's Primo's eventual spot, if you for right now, anyway. And I can't see Primo worrying about Jake Allen. Primo's happy because now he has the starting job in the AHL. There you go. And he can more focus on what he's doing for the next season or two. So yeah, I would think Primo would be happy about it all. Covey is washed up. He may be at that point. The thing with Covey is, if he doesn't play top six, he's not going to produce a lot. That's what it seems to show, is how it's been. So I don't see how he plays top six going forward. I don't. So we'll see. And like that, maybe in spots, but I don't know about consistently for a whole season. So no, I don't know. It'd be good to go back and get him. Who do I think should win the Norris in the future? Seth Jones, Jose Theodore. Oh, okay. That was the hockey guy did a video on this. I didn't see the video, but I saw that he was talking about what future Norris winners are there in the NHL right now. I don't know. You know what? Every year is different. Hopefully somebody new steps in, or, it switches around. It's not always the same guy every year. I don't know. I think Seth Jones is a good possibility to win one in the future. Definitely. I don't know about Theodore, but Seth Jones, I would think, is definitely a good possibility to win one. I would like to say Alexander Romanov, but it's way too early to tell that. It's funny. I saw on Twitter somebody was putting up I guess his defensive pairing lineup for Montreal for next season. Assuming we go after picking up Vince Dunn from St. Louis. Thing is, he had Sherratt being in the deal, and maybe Romanov, because he didn't have Romanov listed in either of the pairings. I guess they're not moving on from Romanov. I don't know why I got onto that. How did I get onto that? Oh, the defenseman of the future, yeah. So we'll have to see how Romanov plays, but I think I'd like to think he'll be a candidate for the future anyway. Do I think they will re-sign Allen when his contract is up after next year? Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. I think they might have to. I mean, they won't have to. They'll need a goalie, though, they'll need a goalie on contract to expose to Seattle in the expansion draft. So I can see them re-signing Allen, and maybe not with the purpose of hoping Seattle takes him, but, I think Allen should be here till Primo is ready. Me personally, I'd like to see 2 years for Primo before he's here. I'd like to see him really get, really learn the ropes down there in the AHL before he gets rushed up here. And I think another 2 years would be perfect timing. That's me. So, yeah, I think they do re-sign him. I really do. I mean, unless by chance, I doubt it'll happen, but unless he comes in and he has just a total shit year, okay, maybe, but I don't think that'll happen. This isn't Keith Kincaid. This is a legitimate, good, solid backup goaltender, and I'm sure he'll have bad games, but I think he'll do well here. If Covey comes back to the Habs, we will not see the same Covey. Okay, I hope you meant Covey, or else you meant Lovey, or no, you probably meant Covey. The K and the L are next to each other on the keyboard. No, I think not. He'll be a year older. That's one thing. I think we won't see him the same. So, I don't know. I don't think he's going to come back. More and more as we go along, I don't think Covey's coming back. I guess that's what I'm saying. Habs back to the playoffs in 2021. Yes, sir. I certainly hope so. I think so. I think they're going to make some good moves. I think they're going to make some good moves in this offseason. And I think that they're going to be a better team. Look, just Jake Allen is going to give them more points than they'll have more wins than they would have with more than likely with Lindgren or whoever. And I think they'll be in the playoffs. Hard on Covey. Oh, he's a hard no on Covey. Jeff, Jeff's a hard no on Covey. Yeah, I was a yes. I'm leaning to the no for sure. I'm leaning to maybe not as hard a no as you. I just don't see it now. If he would have really been, if he would have been, I won't say lights out in Washington, but if he would have put up some points there, at least done something there in Washington, maybe. But the fact that he didn't, I don't think that's going to be a move. And I don't think they're going to do it. I think it's less and less likely that Covey comes back. It's Shea Theodore, one of the best BC bred demon named Shea. I imagine there's not too many of those. Listen, Theodore's a good defenseman. I'm not saying he's not. I don't know that he wins a Norris Trophy, though, is what I'm saying. Okay, gotta go. Hey, buddy, thanks for being in here as always. Hey, NHL, I appreciate that. And we'll see you in the next live streams, and keep up the videos, man. Keep up the videos. I'll try to check that out there, your history of backup goalies. Price's backup goalies. That should be interesting. So I'll check that out. I wish I could watch Laval games in Nova Scotia. Yeah, you'd have to pay to stream them. I know that the AHL has a streaming service, so you could get it, but I don't know what it costs. B2, I would like to see Laval games, but I'm not paying to stream them, and I can't find them anywhere else, any other way to get them. So, so I doubt I'm going to be watching any Laval games, but I would like to. It would be cool if I could. I may do videos on them. If I could watch some of their games, I might do some videos on Laval, but I can't really watch their games, so I don't really want to be talking about what I don't really know. So I kind of see it like that. Oh, we're losing people. Okay, I'm almost stayed silent there, waiting for. I can't stay silent until I wait for you guys to say something. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. There's that too, eh? I guess because the news is all about Domi. I'm thinking about doing some kind of video, possibly about ideas for where he could go. I was trying to research a little bit of that today, and it was not easy to do. Also, I thought about doing. They have on Cap Friendly. You can do the for the Seattle expansion draft. You can do a mock draft, I guess, for it, right? But you've got to go through each team and protect 7 skaters and 1 goalie and 3 defensemen. It's a big job. I started to do it and I thought, oh my God, not today. I don't like Lecky that much. I don't know why. I just don't. I like Lecky. I think Lehkonen is the kind of player you got to have these guys on your team. He doesn't hurt you out there. Even though it looks like it, that he can't, pull the trigger as much as we'd like, but he doesn't hurt you out there. Who's on my wish list for the offseason? Well, we know Mantha is on my wish list. Mantha, I like Killorn. On defense, I haven't really decided. I don't think Ekman Larson. I think it's too much money. I think the contract's too big. I don't think Bergevin will do that. So I'm not going to put him there. I don't know. I don't have anybody specifically on defense, but on the forward ranks, I think Mantha and Killorn. That's my wish list. Do I think Montreal will keep all their second round picks? I mean, who's to say? I hope not. In that, I hope that they make some trades, and they're probably going to use some if they're making deals. You would think some of them will go, one or two of them. So I'll say I hope not. I don't know. I know everyone's talking about it. Matt Dumba looks like Matt Dumba's being made available by Minnesota. He's a right defenseman, so I don't know how he would fit here right now with Petrie. But, if you pick up a guy like Dumba, maybe you can move Petrie. So I don't know. Owen York, Hoffman. Yeah, Hoffman's a free agent though, right? So that would be on the free agent ranks. Yeah, I think Hoffman could do. I just leery about with his girlfriend, but I guess that's behind him, I hope. But Hoffman could be good here, depending on what he wants, though. I think you're going to pay a little bit for him, and I don't know what kind of term he'd want. Frodo would rather have TJ Brody. That's what I'm going to say Calgary, right? Calgary? I would imagine Calgary's going to make some changes. That poor performance, that was a poor performance, I think, in especially the last game that they bowed out on. I was thirsty. Petrie, we have to keep. I'm not like trying to trade him on purpose, but I kind of don't disagree with you. But I mean, look, there's other guys that could come in that may be a little younger. But I kind of tend to agree with you. Petrie's is kind of important there, but we'll have to see. Him going into a contract year could make a difference. I don't know. If they can sign him long term, I guess. But I mean long term, he's 32, 33. He's 32. 30, I'm not sure if it's 32 or 33. But yeah, so you got to take that into account too, his age. Take it easy, Jack. See you next video or stream. Wolf Beans, hey buddy, you're a little bit late. I think I'm only going to go for the hour because my nose is all blocked up. I'm also tired. I'm already tired. I should have maybe starting at 9:30 was, oh boy. Just my screen flashed. I'm my computer. I got to change that hard drive soon. I would have done it today, but I forgot the key. My son has Windows, the install on a key, and I forgot to take it yesterday. So I have to get it tomorrow. So, but my screen went black for just a sec. That's what it does. I guess that's what's causing it to shut down. It scares me the screen will go black for anywhere up to 2-3 seconds, 4 seconds, and then come back. Or it shuts down. So, yeah, it just did for a flash. So I guess I'll just remind everybody, if it does happen and it goes black and I'm gone and wonder where Rick is, that's what it is. My laptop, I don't know what my son did to it. It's not working very well right now. So I got to get him look at it again. I don't think Petrie or Dumba would mind moving to left D. Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know about Petrie playing left D, but I guess Dumba could. I don't know what the side shot he is. If he's a right shot, left. If he's a right shot, it's hard. Is it harder for the right shot to play left D? I'm not sure. I think it is. So it all depends on where he shoots from. I think it would be smart to sell high on the draft picks this year. I believe you should zig when everyone zags. Every team thinks this is the best draft in years. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, they might do it. We don't know. I don't think. You mean, okay, I see what you're saying. Include the draft picks and make some deals. But the draft is going to happen in a month, right? So the season is just going to be over. I think a lot of his deals might come after that. So I don't know. You can't hold on to them, right? So afterward. So I don't know if that works, though, right? Domi and Alsner for Nugent Hopkins. You're going to probably have to add to that, or I don't know. Is Domi might be worth Nugent Hopkins one for one. I don't think anybody wants to take Alsner. Just throw him into any deal, just whatever deal. Oh, here, have Alsner as well. I don't think anybody wants to take on the contract for nothing. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to get rid of Alsner. Alsner will live out his next 2 seasons in the AHL. It's the cheapest way for Montreal to go for the last 2 seasons. They won't buy him out. I can't see a buyout now. And, yeah, that's what's going to happen. If we move Domi, it has to involve moving up in the first round of the draft. Wow. I mean, that would only mean you can only deal with guys in the top 10. I mean, I don't think that's gonna check historically about moving up in the draft and how many teams move up every year, and you'll see it does not happen very often. So I think if they do move Domi, I don't think it'll have anything to do with the first round of the draft. Buy him out, Alsner, but it doesn't pay to buy him out now. It actually costs them less to keep him without buying him out. Elio, how's it going? Will Ovechkin come to Montreal next season? No, I can't see that. That's a pipe dream, I think. He has said that he'd like to play for Montreal, but you're talking about he's probably not joking exactly. But I think that's said in fun. I don't think it's a serious thing. I think he seriously would like to play in Montreal, but I don't see him that being a serious thing that he's coming here. Alsner for Andreas Athanasiou. That might be accepted by Edmonton. I really doubt that. Although I know Athanasiou has trouble with either. I think it's the agent again. He's got the same agent that Domi just hired. He's a Darren Farris player. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. So do we want that? I think if anything, we maybe want his players not to be on the team, which means Mete. Mete is one of his players as well. He had worse plus minus in the league, but he played for Detroit for most of the season. That might add something. But I think Athanasiou doesn't always have great plus minus numbers. You don't move Domi for draft picks unless you are not serious about making the playoffs next year. Oh, that's 100%. I agree with that. 100%. Plus the fact that, as I said, check out and see how many times a season teams move up in the draft. It doesn't happen even every year. So if you're not serious, then trading for Allen was pointless. 100%, again, makes sense. Although they gave up, didn't give up much for Allen, but it signals something that you did that. And I agree. Trading Domi to get a draft pick is a waste, is a total waste, because Domi will bring you back players that are useful, and you don't want a draft pick when you can get a useful player. We finally got a good backup goaltender. It means big. Yeah, it's big. It is. We got a good backup goaltender. For the one season that he signed, he's got a bit of a big contract, but it doesn't mean that it's not a bad thing. So, yeah, poor Charlie Lindgren. Listen, I have nothing against Lindgren, but he didn't show enough. So it's not that it's poor Lindgren. This is what's wrong in the world. To say that it's poor Lindgren. Why? If he was better, he'd have the job. That's all. He's not good enough for that. That's my opinion. He hasn't shown that he's good enough. If he was, they'd have kept him for the job. So it's not poor Charlie. He didn't play his way in. Whatever we get for Domi will still be a win for Montreal because we got him for nothing. Well, we didn't get him for nothing. And no, not whatever we get for Domi. No, I think that's the wrong way to look at it. If you're serious to win, and you say that, really, say, well, whatever we get for him is good because we got him for nothing. No, you still want to get the best you can get for him because that best that you can get for him could help you win in the future. So it's really important, you know? It's not a whatever. I don't see it that way. Bingo, Rick, I won. Well, I mean, it's the way I see it with Lindgren. I don't know. I still don't get why there's people saying, no, he's done enough. He hasn't done enough. So I don't see it as poor Charlie. I just don't see it that way. What's the story with Demchenko? Because we have 4 potential goalies in the AHL. Well, you got to figure somebody's going to get moved. You got to figure. I don't think it's because they're going to have an AHL affiliate, because I don't think that's happening yet. So I would think somebody's going to get moved in one of the deals. I kind of think they hang on to Demchenko because, they just brought him in. I don't know that much about him, but I think Lindgren either gets moved now or they hang on to him for a little bit of insurance in case one of the guys gets hurt. But, you have Primo. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I think Lindgren does get moved. Lindgren to Minnesota. I don't think he's going to get moved and he's going to stay on an NHL roster. I don't think that. So, he'll be a throw-in into a trade, I think that's what it'll be. Trade Domi, Mete, and a pick for Laine. Not enough. Not enough. You got to add to that. You got to add at least a couple of draft picks to that. And I think you have to add another player to that. That's from what I understand. They're asking for the farm for Laine. He's from there. Oh, is he? Oh, that's right. He is from there. But again, they have to want him if they want him. But yeah. Lindgren left unprotected for Seattle. Yeah, I was saying that. I don't know if he qualified or not, but I think because you have to leave somebody. So Jeff's right. If Lindgren qualifies, then you don't really have to re-sign Allen. You leave Lindgren unprotected. I don't think they pick him up. Whereas I'll tell you the truth, Allen, I could see them possibly picking him up, but I don't know if he can be. He has to be signed, so yeah. Next number 1 goaltender will be Primo for Montreal. Yeah, after Price, yeah, definitely. I think that's how it'll work out, but you know what, Elio, you never know from one season to the next what'll happen. Primo could get traded. It's a possibility. I know Jeff is not. He'd trade Primo in a second because he doesn't think Primo is the right timing to replace Price. He doesn't think the timing is right. So, yeah, it depends. It depends. He's still a couple of years away, in my opinion, and a lot of things could happen to change that. But I'm going to assume that is how it's going to be. Primo next, Henrik Lundqvist. Could be. I like Primo. I like his potential. I like what I see with him. So, yeah, could be. To me, Caulfield needs at least 3 years of development. He just scored 6 goals at a college level. My opinion, though. Yeah, I don't know about 3, but I think 2 more. I would like to see him be 2 years. Well, it depends. I don't think I really don't see him going back to college now because college is being delayed. So I think he'll end up signing his ELC. I think he'll be like 2 seasons at AHL. I'd like to see him be 2 seasons at the AHL, and it might be 3. He might need 3, but I think 2 is the minimum I'd like to see. Romanov and Domi is where any trade for Line A is. I think you're right. That maybe that was the point. The guy that we're thinking that would have to go back would, along with Domi, not the guys we want to give up. And another thing is, you're probably going to want to see them ask for Romanov and Caulfield, because Caulfield could be that shooter in a couple of seasons, and maybe that's who they want. But I think you're right about Romanov. I think you're looking at Domi and Romanov and maybe the first round pick as well. So, and Jeff is underneath that wrote starts, and it's right. They're asking for the moon for Line A, and I think it's just too much. So I don't know. Jeff, I'm not sure. Saying what you just said there, Romanov, Domi, and that it's just starting, would you still do the Line A deal? I think you would, right? What would we need to give for Oliver Ekman-Larsson? I don't know, but you have to consider Larsson's contract before you're going after him. He's got 7 years left at $8.25 million. That's a lot of money for a long time. It's a big commitment, and you got to look at how does that affect you going forward. And I think it's too much money. It's too long and too much money. Granted, he's only 29. He's not 33 like I thought he was. Still, I just think it's too much money. You can hear a cat in the background. That's my mail. That's Peanut. He loves to do that at night. Always gets me worried about him. He does it every night. And there's nothing wrong with him. People saying Domi for Athanasiou, I don't get why we do that. No, that's not enough coming back for Domi. Because Athanasiou, I like Athanasiou, but he's got enough problems with his game. I don't think I want him straight up for Domi. We missed getting Lafreniere. No, we didn't. Consolation would be moving up and stealing Jack Quinn. I don't agree with you about that we missed getting Lafreniere. We didn't. We didn't have a chance at Lafreniere. Number one is they made the playoffs, so there was no chance at Lafreniere. The only reason you think that is because the way the NHL did their lottery, they put that in our heads that we missed Lafreniere. We didn't. We wouldn't have qualified. Anyway, Jack Quinn, he's not my guy, but I know Scotty to Hockey loves him. And yeah, he's a possibility. I kind of think he'll be gone, though. Okay, I see. If you'd be moving up, you could get him. Yeah, he'll be gone by 16. I have a feeling, Quinn. Al, am I based in Montreal? I sure am. I would, Jeff, I would. He's 22 and elite, but he has to sign an extension to get the deal done. That's a good point. Because part of the reason why I don't want to do it is that he's got only the 1 year. And that means what? Does he sign? Does he not sign? How much does he want? We don't know. So you're right. I would want that too. If we're going to go out and get him, I would want to make sure that he's secured for a number of years and not just, what if he doesn't want to sign with us after next season? But I also don't like the fact that he's insisting that he has to play with only the best. You know, it's not a very team thing to do. So I don't know. I'm not sold on Line A. I wasn't last season either, going into this past season, and I'm not, still not. When Weber retires, will his salary be taken on by Nashville? I think they changed the ruling on that now so that it would have been, the penalty for him retiring early would have gone to Nashville, not to Montreal. But I think, and I don't know why I think this, but they changed something in that ruling at one of the last Board of Governors meetings or GM or something. They changed something where that's not the way it works anymore. It won't mean Montreal has to pay it, but I don't think it's going to cost Nashville either. I think they changed the penalty for it or something like that. Sorry, guys, for the coughing. Deep B, do you not think for Line A, Domi, Petrie, first pick, and Paling would be enough? Might be, but look how much you're giving up there. Not every day a 22-year sniper who scores 30 in his sleep is on the market. Habs need to step up. No, personally, I don't think it's at any cost. I'm sorry, because look, you create a hole. You get that guy, but you create a hole because not only you've given up Domi up front, Petrie on the back end, your first round pick, and a good prospect. I think you've created too much of a hole. So especially if he's not signing an extension, then I don't know. I just very trepidatious. It's my new favorite word. Has anybody noticed? I seem to be using it a lot about Line these days. I was last year too. Domi for Brodin makes the most sense. Put Brodin with Petrie. It'll work. Well, then sign a forward possibly. Domi for Brodin. That's Brodin is in Minnesota, I want to say, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess Brodin has been he's one of those other defensemen that have been rumored to be coming here. So I don't know. I made that exact trade proposal B, so I would do it. Wait a second. Now I got to scroll up and see. That was the Domi Petrie first pick in Paling. Yeah, we did talk about that. You mentioned that to me, didn't you? When we were talking trades and stuff like that on Twitter. I remember when, a few days ago. I just think it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'll say this though: if you're going to do that, of course you got your extension with him, but there's other moves there has to be other moves, or else it creates similar problems that you have already. Do I think we can get a 30-goal scorer for next season? Well, I guess Patrick Laine, if we make that trade. Hoffman is a possible 30-goal scorer. You could sign him. He's a UFA. There are guys that you could possibly get 30 goals from out there available. So in various ways, No, DP, I think he made that trade proposal. I don't think he did it here tonight. I think that was was it on a show, somebody's show? Or I know Jeff and I were talking about that, but I don't think he said that here tonight. Wolf Beans, I can scroll back down. Just added a new speed of measurement to the importance of our life. The speed of light, the speed of sound, and the speed of Paul Byron. Okay. Paul Byron's a good option to be included in a trade this season, I think, this offseason. Bearded Lady. Okay. Just have to take care of a little business here. Got no moderators in tonight, eh? I didn't delete it. Okay. Sorry about that. I agree Laine would have to extend to do the trade. Is Danault going to get traded since he was whining playing third line? He wasn't whining. That's number one. What am I? My screen flashed. What the hell was that? Oh, the timeout for Bearded Lady. Sorry. I don't think he was whining. That's number one. He was just I don't think it was. I wouldn't say that was whining. And no, he's not going to get traded. I don't think that's a smart move to trade Danault. So I don't think he will be traded. No. Talking Trepidation with Rick. There you go. My second channel. That'll be my second channel name. Jeff, Petrie gone next year. Domi is going. Paling is up in the air. Laine on a bad year is 30-goal scorer. I'll give you that. Look, for me, I guess if you can nail him down to a contract and all that, I wouldn't I wouldn't argue that point, but it does open you up for, you gotta fill some holes again. But you're right. You're right. It's not a bad thing to have. So okay, so I'll give you that. But still, something about Line that his attitude is still a little bit off for me. But he did make strides this past season in having a more well-rounded game and all that. So if he continues to do that, that would be great. And then I'd be really happy to have him. I still think you're giving up a lot for him, but yeah, not easy to get a 30-goal scorer. So, and Petrie is replaceable. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying that. So yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna fall asleep on you guys, so I'm gonna call it a night. I've been having a great, 15 people in the room. Maybe I shouldn't call it a night. Oh, let's keep going for a bit. I haven't fallen asleep yet, but I can feel it coming. Sorry, just that I'm getting there. I want another, oh God. Yeah. Don't you love trolls? Don't you love trolls? Bye. Hopefully that got rid of bearded lady. Eli, I want Domi traded, but who will replace him? Oh, but replace him for what? There's not much room for him if he wants to stay center. So I don't know if you're needing anybody to replace him. You replace him with who you trade him for, with who you get back from in the trade, I guess. But he's being replaced, I guess you could say, by KK. Being back and looking good. Suzuki definitely, wouldn't say the Suzuki's replacing him. Yeah, I think whoever you get back in a trade from. Trade Petrie, sign Byfuglien. First of all, does he want to play? I wouldn't sign Byfuglien right now. No. Not unless he comes in for a year, $1 million, and then go forward from there. Play his way to a contract. I wouldn't pay him very much, but I wouldn't do that. Do you think Calgary is trading Johnny Hockey? Seems like it. They're talking a good game, like they are, but I wouldn't say it's a done deal yet. That's for sure. I mean, it isn't, but I wouldn't say that for sure they're trading him. I think they were trying to see what kind of interest there is, and then if there's a deal out there, I think they would. Domi for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall's a free agent, so that doesn't work. So you'd sign Taylor Hall, and you wouldn't need to trade Domi for him. But I wouldn't sign Taylor Hall personally, but that's me. I wish Norlinder only signed a 1-year contract in the SHL and then signed his ELC. Yeah, but maybe he's 2 years away anyway, and at least when he gets here, he'll be ready. Domi was already replaced in the top 6, pretty much. Pretty much, right? So, if he's not going to be a top 6, he might as well be playing somewhere else, kind of, right? I think Montreal could look very different next year, offense-wise. Yeah, I think they will, too. Honestly, I think Gallagher works very hard, but his next contract could be a bit too much to have him. And to have him walk for nothing isn't good, but you still have time on Gally. You wouldn't be doing that right now. If you're going to trade Gally, you wouldn't do that till the trading deadline next year, maybe at the earliest. Keep Petrie, keep Paling. How come I can't toss a person from this room? Gally, I think, is the guy you trade to get both Ehlers and Line. Yeah, now you're talking. You're really going to talk about changing the look of the team. If you make that kind of a trade where it's like Domi, Gally, Petrie, Paling, you're getting back Ehlers and Line, you're really changing this team. I don't know if that's great to change the team so much in 1 year. So That's my defense about trading Galley. I don't really want to see that happen, but I guess it could. Who is this troll? I don't know. I'm trying to toss her, bearded lady. I'm trying to toss her from my channel. I think in live streams you can't do that. I can do it on comments and videos. I can't do it here, I guess. You can only time them out. I think I offered Jeff a moderator status before, and Jeff did not want it. But Jeff, if you want moderator status, I would give it to you. But I think you said you didn't want it. I do agree Gallagher trade value is high. I would put him into a trade that can get a sniper potential. Yeah, I guess apparently more people are willing to trade Gallagher than I would have thought. So I guess it's a possibility. I don't know. End of the day, Gallagher works hard, and excuse me, I feel he has good trade value in the league. He does. Oh, excuse me, now I got hiccups. Galley's the heart and soul of this team. That's my reasoning. We need him. Give him 5.25. Yeah, I think he gets more than that. George, keep Galley. Thomas, the Habs should get an alternate jersey. That would be cool. They're talking about an alternate jersey. I don't know, next year or the year after. They're talking about having an alternate. Oh, Jeff, okay, a moderator means you could, if someone, does something they shouldn't, you can kick them out of the room. Yeah, I'm making you a moderator. I thought I had asked you, and you said no. Guess what? Oh, guess what, Jeff? Use a moderator. Oh, where's the monkey wrench? You're supposed to have a monkey wrench next to your name. What happened? Trade Domi for Aho. LOL. If only. I think everybody would be on board with that. Trade Domi for Aho. I think everybody would be on board for that. I really do. Okay, so now I'm just curious, before I go, why don't you show the monkey wrench? Because you're a member. Maybe that's why. Can't show the monkey wrench as well as the membership badge. Should we trade Drouin? I'm really leaning towards that we should, but I don't think they will, because I don't know that Drouin is that tradable right now. And I don't know that he's that tradable. I don't know that you'll get value back from like you might have. So Drouin might be a guy that you got to hang on to. And listen, if they do go after Ehlers, you want to keep Drouin. Drouin and Ehlers had really great chemistry in Halifax when they were in juniors. So you might want to hang on to him if you can get Ehlers. Oh, he has to comment again to get the. You're right. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Why wouldn't I think of that? Hey, Jeff, make a comment so I can see the moderator wrench next. There you go. There you go. That's true. He and Suzuki were getting some good looks versus Philly. Wait, I wouldn't. He was playing great with Suzuki. Okay, I'm lost there. Where's the heart and soul got us? The point is to get better and younger, and this is true. This is true. You don't, it's not a bad point to make. Drew and Suzuki had some good chemistry. Keep him. It doesn't last. Well, no, that's true. They had some good chemistry in the last couple of games. This is very true as well. Yeah, I think Drew. I don't know that you can trade him. I don't know where you trade him to. I would like to. I think at this point, but I don't know that they can. What do I think about Suzuki? I love the kid. Suzuki's my favorite player. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be an elite hockey player. He's a true number one for Montreal. And, can I gush anymore? Yeah, I love Suzuki. Instead of Hall, since he could be expensive, going for, say, Hoffman and Dadonov from Florida and improving your top six would be better, maybe. Well, I can tell you Jeff is definitely a Dadonov guy, and I agree with that. I mean, I agree. Yeah, I think you go for some of the lesser guys to improve. I don't know. I've been saying that. I haven't been saying to go after any of these really expensive top guys. I think you can do the job for a little less. And it's one of the reasons I like Alex Killorn. Who was the other guy I said? Who's Killorn and Mantha's different. He's going to be expensive. Drew Suzuki Ehlers, what a line. I think it would be pretty good. Yeah. And cheaper. I watched Drew and McKinnon and Cape Breton, and they were insane. Oh, was McKinnon on that team as well, I guess, eh? I didn't know. Hey, Stephen Cog, how's it going? You're getting in rather late. I'm going to try to go the hour and a half. I guess it's only another 14 minutes. I can do it. But, yeah, at an hour and a half in, we're going to stop. So, yeah, for another 14 minutes. Okay, Jeff, your first job as moderator. You see Soul Sister down there? Put her on a timeout or something. I'll do it. It's okay. Okay, I think maybe, you know what? This could be the right time to go because we're getting all these damn trolls in. Hebrew free loan. This is the new one. Very nice. By Cape Breton, Halifax. Yes, I believe that's where it's from. Okay, whoa. Toffoli's my guy if we don't make trades. Yeah, Toffoli's a guy to pick up, definitely. I believe the Habs signed Hall to 1 year. I'd do it, but I doubt he would give him a year. If he hates it here, he can leave or trade it. He won't sign for a year anywhere. No. I was just saying that. I'd sign him for a year or two, maybe 3, but at a much lower cost. And I would do that, but he wouldn't do. I doubt he would do that. There we go. Okay, so we're at. What is with all these trolls all of a sudden? Like 3 trolls tonight. I don't get trolls too often, but it seems like tonight they're coming in. Okay, so we're out of comments. My nose is all blocked up. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's because I got a fan behind me. I don't know why I put it on. It's cool outside. And I got a fan behind me now, and I don't know why I did that. It's troll day today. It seems like it is. I get them every now and then, and yeah. There you go. Okay, so we got another one in. I'm going to say we're going to call it a night. I just don't feel like dealing with all these trolls. I don't like offer sheets. Mad Maddox, I can tell you that right now. And I feel weird offer sheeting Sergachev. Just feels weird if we would do that, so. Yeah, okay, troll baby. Okay, so I'm taking off because it's almost time and the trolls are just coming in left and right. And I don't feel like dealing with them. I don't. Dealing with kids in their mother's basements that need to feel better so they can go masturbate later. I don't know. Okay, so have a great night, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight, which wasn't our usual night. We'll be back next Saturday on our usual Saturday. Hopefully my computer will be totally fixed up, and then I won't have to worry about the possibility of it turned off anymore. And, yeah, so thank everybody who was here tonight. And, yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you next Saturday. I'll be for members. We'll have Wednesday, our members only. I'll see you guys on the next video, although I don't really see you guys on the videos. But everybody have a great week. Enjoy Labor Day. That's tomorrow or was today. I don't know. Is Labor Day Monday? I think it's Monday. So enjoy Labor Day holiday. Yeah, just have a great rest of the weekend. And I'll see you next time. And trolls, I'm not going to see you next time. Yeah. I'm telling them. Didn't I just told them off right there. Have a great night, everybody. See you next time. Bye, y'all. Peace out. I forgot to do that.